Hello students, welcome to Online Study for You, one-step solution for all your placement needs. So today, agenda of this video is to discuss TCS official sample test code, right? So as we know in our previous videos also, we have discussed the sample test which was released on TCS official website. TCS has released two sample tests. The first one was for knowledge part, that is aptitude questions those, and the second sample test which is released after a few days was for part B, that is application part, which is related to the coding MCQs and coding, right? So in this video we will be discussing one of that code which was posted by TCS in their sample test. So without wasting much time, let's move ahead. So what I have done, that I have taken some screenshots of that and created a slide, because in their environment where this sample text is given, here you can see NA is written. Let me just use this so you can see well. NA is written, it means it is not available, means this can't be used, right? But they mentioned that in the real time when you will get this question, you have to this submit response, and then you can actually see what the output you are getting. But for sample test, this code can't be run on that platform which they had given for sample test. So that's why I've taken screenshots so that we can see the questions and then we can run on our own IDE. So here we can see the data given. There is so much errors in this question also, which I have marked. So I will be telling you, and according to that, I have also modified the question a bit so that at least there would be some specific question with only specific answers, unique answers. Right. So as we can see, what is given, a marathon is a long distance race with an official distance of 42195 km. Okay. So usually run, we don't have to do anything with that. A local organized cover by participants. Okay. So those participants data, how much they have run, is recorded in array named as R, which is an integer array. So here is a problem which is there. I would mark those errors right away so that you can understand why I modified the question a bit. Here you can say integer array, right? Holding the values in kilometers. Okay, so whoever ran all the data of how much they ran is included in this integer array. It is written. Okay, it can't be integer array actually, because it's not possible that they ran exactly 42, 43, or 26, 27. The answer might will obviously include in decimal. Then, if there are n number of participants who started running at a particular time, then the size of R is n. Understood, because all those are stored in this array R. The participant should cover a distance more than 0.0 kilometer to get recorded in array. Now, in that array also, we don't have to include everyone. We will include only those participants who have ran more than 0.0 kilometer. It means they have ran at least something. What and this statement has its value, we will see in the test cases which they have given. Now it's written, find a maximum distance covered by three highest racers excluding finishers. Now what does finishers mean here? Finishers mean here only who completed this 42195, who ran 42.195 kilometer. Those will be called as finishers. So what we need to do, firstly we will include all the record in array, then we will exclude those now elements which are having 42.195 value, and then the remaining we will sort it according to high to low, low to high anywhere, and the top three we have to give as output. Now what is also given, this is good thing, if there are only one or two racers. So suppose that after excluding the finishers, excluding those who have completed 42.195 kilometers of race, complete race, if there are not three racers are not there, only two are there in the array left. So what we will do, we will just show their distance covered. Otherwise, if three or more than three are given, then we will show top three. Then what we can see here, now here it was written integer array, and here they have given float array. So these kind of problems are here. There are many more which will be coming as I will change the slide. I will show you. That's why I modified the question. Write a code to take input array R and return three maximum distance excluding finishing distance D, that is 42195. Okay, so this part is clear that what we have to do actually. We have got a basic idea. Now here when we see this, it is given 42195. So I will tell you what is there. The big thing we should notice, is there is not, they are not entering any element as n or num. It means how many racers are there, that data is not we are getting before. It is just like that numbers will be kept on input scanf or whatever we use in what programming language we are using, will keep taking and storing the numbers until we receive a q as input. Just when we receive q as input, we will stop taking the input. It means that initially we don't know that there are 5 racers data, 6 racers data, 10 racers data. What we have to do, we have to keep taking inputs until we encounter a q as input, and then we will stop. It means when we encounter a q, we will stop taking inputs inside array. Okay, so if we guess that what could be the output here, so 42195, no, this also no, these have to be excluded. Now after excluding these three, we have to check for what are top three, right? So top three here are this 41.2, 40 and 38.9. Now let's see what is the output. So here we can see 41.2, 40, 38.9. Now while reading the question, you should mark very minor things. Here what you see, that output which we are giving are in descending order. This we have to also notice, otherwise some of our test case which will won't pass if they will be taking considering this, and we don't know they are considering it or not. That's why we will take this in account. Then one more small thing is there, that it should be q. Sometime what happened, even when I tried to this trying it for sample, I took it as p, but it is q. Here also what you see, the output must be in descending order, not anyhow, right? Now so our output was right, which we also guess, so okay, correct. Now the problem will come here. Here we can see 33.33, 42.9, 3956. You just remember 33.33 because next is here. I will write here. Oh, I'm typing with this touchpad, that's why. So please consider this also. 33.3, 42.9, 3956, this. So what we saw here, that highest value can be 42195 only, which is excluded. Now what is this? This is wrong, right? Another thing, we also you must ask that this, sir, this is also wrong. This why negative can't be there. But in one of slides, when they were explaining question, they already said that participants should cover a distance more than 0.0 kilometer to get recorded in an array. It means we should not include those who are having data less than 0, and minus is less than 0, so we'll not include it. Okay, this was already given, but nothing was given about what should we do with this 42.9. The value is given more than the actual max value, then I think then we have to do invalid input, but this is not given correctly by them. This should be mentioned in the question also. So what we understood from here, that if value given more than possible, that is more than 42.195, we will give output as invalid input. Now one more thing, that here what they have done, in input values they have written these lines: enter the distance covered by racers in marathon kilometer, please press q to terminate. In output also we can see highest distance excluding finishers. See, these things won't be there in your actual TCS test. You will not have to decorate things like this, that please enter or this is your output. So these things are not there, so I will be also not including these things when I will be creating the code. Even if you find this, so I don't think this is any problem. You can simply use printf in C or print in Python, and you can add these lines. So these lines, I don't think that would create any problem. Now we will directly come to our coding part. Okay, class. So we are here now. As we can see everything what we need to do. So initially, as we know, we have to take and we have to take everything, means we have to input everything in an array. So I've used using a list here, and I've named it as ARR so that you can relate it well. Now, what I will do, since we are not known about how many elements are there, if the limit is known, we use for loop. Limit is not known, what will we use? We'll be using here while loop. But in how, in what way we will use this while loop, let's understand. What I will do, I will start this while loop. Now you will think about what condition would I be mentioning here. So what I will do, I will take a temporary variable and pass a boolean value. This is boolean value true into it. It means temp is true, right? Now what I will do, so we are inside this while loop. How it will actually function, I will tell you after writing some lines. But let's start with the things what is required in question. So now we will be start taking input. Now one thing which we should remember, that we should not write this line, array dot append and then taking input. Why not? Because as we know, what we understood, that we have to not include everything in our array. If the number is negative or means less than 0, that is negative, we have to exclude it. Also, if number is greater than the max limit, then we have to stop taking inputs and we have to just print invalid input. So two things which we need to do. So we will try out the similar here also. So what I will do, that I will not taking input directly, but instead I will write, let's take a variable named as inp, and I'll be taking input here. Okay. Okay, so we are having the input here. Now I have not taken the input as integer because we are actually working with integer only. This you will be getting to know very soon. Now the first thing which we know, that we have to come out of this while loop. It means we have to stop taking input just when we encounter a queue. So what I will write here, if input is q, right? Because if I write here int and the user will input q, it will be an error. It will say that it is we means that's not allowed. It was written input and we are passing an integer. That's why I'm taking everything as integer only. And when we will use work on that number, then we will typecast it as integer number. So initially we took it as string only because there could be a condition where q will be passed at the end. So I'm writing that condition at very first. So if input is q, it means if you don't want to enter more, then I will convert this temp. You see this temporary variable which I initially took as true, I'm converting it into false. What will happen if q will be encountered? I'm not storing it in array, but I'm changing the value of temp into false. And then what will happen in next iteration? While temp, this will be false and will this loop will terminate and will stop taking inputs in array. Okay, we have done this thing. Now the next condition which we know, else if input is greater than, what was the number was 42.195. If input is greater than this number, then what we have to do, we have to print invalid input. Okay, yeah, you can use any single quotes or double quotes, but they should be pairwise. And if neither it's q nor it's greater than the number, then what we will do, yes, there will be one more condition, get invalid input, and then we will stop yeah, we will stop taking input because we will print out invalid input. Now what we will do in the else part, if there is no problem, then only we will append. Now here one more thing I will tell you, that input now, because it was string actually, but we have to work with float digits, not integer. These are floats because the number of means distance they have ran can't be 26, 27, 28. It must be 28.1, 0.9, 0.83, something like that. That's why I am converting this inp, which was string, into float. And here also when I am comparing this, I should have used float only, so I am converting this also. Okay, so in array now everything will be get added. Okay, done. We have to also not include that negative sign, right? So we will write one condition for that also. So what I will write, else if the condition was, yes, okay, so if input, we can write anything. Okay, let's say float input less than 0, right? Less than 0 or equal to 0, whatever it was, you can check. I'm writing it for less than 0. Then also we have to not include that in our array, but see, we are not including it in our array if input is less than 0. But we are not stopping taking input or something, because it could be that in between someone writes 0 or negative sign, so we will not stop the course. What we have done, if input is less than 0, I have used pass. Pass means do nothing. So okay, it is done here. Now what is done, that I have taken all the inputs. Now the task is to, the second part is to exclude all those which are of maximum length. So for doing that, firstly I will sort this array. Just write the list name list dot sort. The array will get sorted in ascending order. If you want to sort it in descending order, you can write reverse dot true. Also, students, don't get confused between sort and sorted function, because the problem is if I've used sorted function there, then I must have stored it somewhere in some variable. But the good thing with sort function is there, it will do it in place. And if I have to do with descending, so I'm not just doing descending, only sorting it in ascending order. Now what I will write, see, if since it is sorted in ascending order, means if there is 42.195 anywhere here, so it will be always at the end of the array, means rightmost side. So while array -1, why I wrote -1? Because in Python, the indexing is like, suppose the elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, right? So left to right indexing is 0, 1, 2, 3, but right to left indexing is -1, then this one is -2, this is -3, and this is -4. So that's why I'm by writing -1, I am considering the last element. So what I am writing while, it means until, means by the time that your last element is 42.195, what you should do, I'm moving remove using remove function here, list dot remove that number. Remove function is very good because we don't have to pass the index value here. We just have to pass that number, means or that element which we want to remove. So what I have written here, that uh, while the last element is 42195, means we have sorted in ascending order, so 42195 will always be at last. So I'm removing all these maximum elements because it was written that we have to exclude all those racers who have finished the race. Now, if you remember, there were two conditions. The first condition was that if the racers left after removing these finishers are three or more than three, then we will output those three, means the distance covered by those three. And if after removing these finishers, if the racers left are less than two or only one, then we will simply output their distance. Okay, in both the cases we are doing nothing but actually sending the distance what they have covered. So what I will do here, if length of array greater than equals to 3, so as you know, if I have removed these things, so I will be checking length of array. It means how many erasers are now left. So if that is greater than 3 or equal to 3, then now I will do one thing. I will take an array here named as op array, that I mean here by output array, because here I will save the thing what will happen when there are three or more than three. In op array, what I will save, length of array -3 colon. So what will happen by this, I will tell you that okay, I'm not able to see this. Yeah, right. So what will happen, length of array means, suppose length of array is 5, means after removing these 4, 2, 1 and 5 finishers, length of array is 5, but what we want to output only those top three, means 3, 4 and 5, because it is sorted in ascending order. 3, 4, 5, but in index value, their index value will be 2, 3, 4. So when I will do 5 minus 3, where I will come 2, and then what I will do, I will use here colon. So I'm slicing, this is called a slicing. So what will happen, from 2 till the from index number 2 till how many elements are there till the end, all will be saved in this op array, that is output array. So this way I am saving all these. Let me take it back up. Yeah. Okay, so we have our output array for that condition. And as we remember, I told you about that small thing which you should notice is that the array was sorted in descending order in the output. So I will write here, firstly I will sort it in descending order, reverse dot true, then I will print. print op array. Otherwise, what I will do, else I will simply print array whatever there is. But although they didn't give the test case for that, but still I will do what, I will sort it in reverse order, because I think that one also we have to uh, output in this way only. And then let me just take any one line up here, and just then I will print this also, right? So this is done. Before moving ahead, I want to tell you here about some material which we have especially prepared for you guys, so that you can do good in your test. So what you need to do only, you have to just search our YouTube channel name on Google, that is Online Study for You, and then going to this very first link.
Now friends, I will take you through the quiz contest. So friends, if you click on the quiz contest, then we have quiz here, click on that, and then you can see TCS NQT 2021 special quiz. So friends, we have free quiz and then we have paid quiz. So friends, paid quiz for 10 quiz, we have just put the price 49 rupees. So friends, first you take the free quiz, and if you like, because we have already included SDLC and decision making, all these kind of problems. So you can go through the free quiz and then you can go for the paid quiz. So 10 quiz will be available in the paid quiz. And friends, we have also released the TCS NQT crash course, and that is just for 249 rupees. So friends, in this 4-5 days, if you go through these courses, then there is a huge chance that you are going to crack the TCS examination like last year, where we had given more than 5,000 results.
Okay, so now I will run it and we will see if there are any errors or if our code is working fine. So here you can see, here we have to give some inputs. So what were the inputs? 42 point. Okay, so here we have one error, string object not callable. When we see here, okay, so this mistake I have done, what I have done is, when we use input function, then we use this open close braces, it defines that function. But because of this habit, I have done it here also, so I have to remove this one, right? Now let's check. Okay, okay, what's more? Okay, here I also deleted one parenthesis. Now it should run fine. 42.195, 42.195, 42.195, and 33.25, 40. The next one was 41.2, and then 38.9, minus 37.5, and finally Q to stop. Yes, and here you can see that we have got the right output as was given in our test case. So yes, it's working. Also, it's working for that case also. Like if we give, suppose we are giving some inputs, random inputs, say, let's start with this only for 2.195, then we have that 3.25, and then it suddenly gives like something 49.345 something. Then it will say invalid input. After invalid input, it is also printing this array. So this we should avoid. Okay, okay. So what we have to do, that one invalid input is printed, then that list has not to be printed, but that was not clear in the question also. So we are leaving it as it is only, because I already have done so much modification, because the question was not clear there. So here is the solution for the code, the sample code TCS gave. So I hope you understood everything. Please comment in box that you want some more codes in Python only, or you love C more. Also, please watch our previous video where we have discussed about strong numbers and highly expected coding questions. We have discussed in very detail. So please watch that channel also, and please subscribe to this channel. Thank you, and I hope for your best in TCS NQT exam. Bye.